Good morning, Vikings. Today is April 7th and it is a Green Week. So spring football starts next week and ends on the 28th. And if you have been selected for the Scrifla magazine, you have until April 11th to submit your introduction. So prom is tomorrow, so make sure you have all your forms turned in and you bought your tickets from this office.
Hello, this is VHS with 4 chairs. So today we have 4 special guests. Chair number 1, chair number 2, chair number 3, and chair number 4. So hello people, my name is Akbar Ali Aziz, and this is your village school highlights, sports, however you say it. Let's go. Alright, so at 4 p.m. we have a King Cave meet. Get the running on. Friendswood, where it's the wood where you make friends, ha ha ha, at HS Girls Lacrosse, 6 p.m. Have fun, and remember to run, and there you go.
So, hi, I'm Amber, this is Daniel and Max, and then we have Caroline with us today, so she's going to kind of talk about her story and who she is and what MS means to her. So.
Hi, I'm Caroline Barrett. I'm 17 years old and I'm a senior at Memorial High School. I was diagnosed with MS last November, about 2 weeks after my 17th birthday. And multiple sclerosis, or MS, is an autoimmune disease that affects your central nervous system. So whether it be your optic nerve, your brain, your spinal cord. And it's basically when your immune system attacks the protective covering around your nerves, the myelin, and that basically interrupts signals from your brain, which can really alter a lot of things. It can affect, your sight. It can affect, your cognitive ability. It can cause paralysis. There's a variety of different things that can come from that. Basically, what eventually led me to being diagnosed was over the course of a week, the left side of my body just started to get really weak and numb. And I actually, at one point, what sent me to the hospital is when I noticed that when I smiled, half of my face wouldn't work. And so, thinking that I had a stroke, I went to the hospital, and that's when they put me through a lot of tests, and they conducted the MRIs, and eventually led to me being diagnosed with relapsing and remitting multiple sclerosis. And after that, after all of that happened, I started to think back into my past, and I realized, as far back as about middle school, I started to experience symptoms, but I didn't really come forward and tell my parents, because I thought it was just all in my head, and that a doctor would just be like, oh, you're fine, just be little things like a piece of my stomach would I couldn't feel it for a while, or I couldn't walk in a straight line, and it would just be things like that, and I always had that in the back of my head, and I was always nervous about what it really is. But now that I know I'm actually glad that I know now that it's multiple sclerosis and not some unknown thing. I know now that I'm not alone. There's 2.3 million people worldwide that are living with MS, and there's a little smaller group that are actually around my age group, but they definitely do exist. The MS Society is really an incredible organization. They really do all that they can to really waste no opportunity to provide research, to find a cure, or to come up with more drugs for treatment. And they really actually 85 cents to every dollar actually goes towards research, and there are actually things that they conduct, such as NOW, which is No Opportunity Wasted, which is when they basically took millions of dollars and funded over 300 organizations that will across the world that will conduct research on multiple sclerosis, what causes it and how we're going to fight it. The BPMS 150 is really an incredible fundraising event. There's about 13,000 riders and about 3,000 volunteers, and about last year they raised about $15 million, and that really helps research, and that's really been beneficial. In the past there was only really 4 drugs, and now there's about 16, which is really great because not every drug works best for everyone else. Like, you kind of have to go through a couple until you find one that works for you. So that's really, beneficial for everyone. And in fact, just this past week, the FDA just approved a new treatment that is actually really helpful, especially for people with progressive forms of MS, because it's harder for them to get really helpful treatments, and it also can be used to help people with my kind of multiple sclerosis as well.
It was a big event. I mean, there were multiple tents, for multiple teams, and dozens and dozens of teams. And it was such a big event because I think people realize that that they can actually make a difference by doing stuff like this and helping out. And plus, it's a fun time as well. So
Thank you so much for coming out today. Really appreciate it.